Okay, we're going to show you how to use standing cervical traction here. So first, when you come in, you're going to want to, I don't know, it's not so critical for me, but I want to clean these things. It's really just this section right here, makeup and that builds up on those. So clean these things. There's a couple of different versions of this. This one is not toxic. I have a really antibacterial one for people who like the antibacterial stuff, but that's not so good for your skin. So we're going to use that just on that part. This particular unit has these movable pieces right here. Depending on the curvature in your spine, if you don't have much curvature in your spine, you might be more comfortable with these pieces in the middle because it doesn't press so hard into the back of your neck. But it's actually more effective to move these to the edge and not use those, so these are right here. So what I'm going to have Danielle do here is just place that on here. This one's really easy to use because you can size it after the fact. But this is going to go behind the neck. This is going to sit right in the middle of the neck here. And you can see this one here, we're just pulling this thing up to get that right underneath her chin. What's going to happen is these things are going to pull up on her head. So she's just going to bend her knees and drop her body straight down. She's right over this. This thing is straight. And then you just do about a 2-second hold and you come up. Take a break. You do a 2-second hold. The object is to relax and let this thing pull your head up. Push your head back. So this large thing right here is tipping your chin back. And so then you're just going to do about 25 reps of this at 2-second holds, and the object is to relax. You should feel it pulling in here. You could feel it pulling in the front of your neck. It's to prepare and suck water back into the disc to prepare the disc so that it's easier to adjust. So you do about 25 reps of this. At home you're going to do this twice a day, but prior to an adjustment you're going to do that here. So some of the mistakes that people make, stand back up here, Danielle, is they're too far away and dropping down like this. Now you can see it's actually pulling the head forward. We have to fix that on the head weighting later. The other one is feet are here, and then what I call water skiing, leaning back like this. That's not what we're after either. We just want to go straight down. So that's why this height of this thing is really easier, so you don't have to lift yourself up or bend down so much. So that's about the right height. Just get it to tip your head just a teeny bit back. So this one's really easy to use like that. Unfortunately, not all the ones in the office are quite like that yet. So that's not when you're on one of these chain ones. I like to call these digital. That's one's analog. On these chain ones, if I just put this, if I put it underneath my chin and then try and hook it, I got a lot of slack here, and I'm going to be like way down here. So what I do is, before I hook it up, I just let this rest on my forehead, standing right underneath this, and that's about the right height with enough slack in it so that when I grab this thing, I pull this down. And one thing about this, you're not really holding on to this, we're not trying to pull this thing down, I'm just keeping this thing from sliding off of my chin. Bring my teeth together and just keep it from sliding off your chin. That's all we're really doing. Letting this thing kind of pull us out. Lastly, if you have temporomandibular joint problems, you use this on your forehead and let it just pull straight up like that so it doesn't squish your temporomandibular joint. So that's cervical traction, how to do that in the office every time before you get adjusted.